Are we back? We should be back now. Okay, we should be back. Yeah, okay. I do apologize, guys. I have no idea what happened there. But, yeah, stream went fucking apeshit again. I can only apologize, guys. This is welcome to South Africa. It is my life. There's nothing I can do. I sadly can't say that this is 800% extra value stream. My stream is only 390% extra value.
A little bit more expensive, see, because now they're like, you know, they're reaching a little bit deeper into your pockets, and they're going like, hey, you got some change, man. You got some more change.
But as I was saying, the math on this does not check out. This thing is double this thing, right? And also double the price. And yet somehow they still throw out the 460% value. Just a completely arbitrary fucking number. Like, technically speaking, considering this is double this, like, this is literally double this in every single way, except for one extra rare crest that you get. They should technically be the same value. They should be the same value. If this is plus 570% extra value, and every reward in this chest is doubled, and the price is also doubled, then technically value is the same. The value has not changed. It's still 570% extra fucking value. Because yes, I'm paying more, but I'm also getting more. So if your things were actually fucking valued correctly, it would be the same value. But it's not the same value, because clearly these things don't have the same fucking value.
Come on, it's only €2. Why would you're practically losing money not buying it? Then you do the Tumba for here trove. Oh, look at that, some more, a couple of more eternal orbs, a couple of more legendary crests, a couple of more rare crests, a couple of more gems. Great, but this one's €5. See, this is how they get you.
No, there's no value. There's no real value.
These are not all visible when you're there.
There's
you
no
only
real
see the
value
latest
here.
one that you got. Then you go to Distractions End, same thing, except this one's a little bit more expensive.
The Clown Quinn is all the same. He is almost 7k euro down. And has he unlocked anything yet? Does Quinn have a 5 out of 5 legendary gem yet with his 7k euro spent?
€7, €10. You guys, how far do you think this goes? €20, €30, €50. And it's going to keep going because, like, this was my first chest in Hell 1, my first dungeon in Hell 1. So this is going to keep going. There's going to be more deals here. It'll probably go up to $99.99, if not even more. It's going to keep going. But basically...
How many viewers does Quinn have right now? We can probably check this, right? So we go back to Twitch. He's probably going to have quite a few viewers right now. No? Dude, I don't even follow Quinn. Fuck. There we go. So Quinn is live right now. With how many viewers? 26,000. If he's... So him spending that money is actually a very good content creator move. It is a very good content creator move. You want to know why? Zach Perry, and thanks for the Prime sub. Did really appreciate that. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciated. That's 800% extra value, bro. I appreciate that. The reason Quinn is doing that is once you're invested in it, so you guys are now following, wait a second, how much is he fucking spending? You're going to be back tomorrow, day after that, because you want to see how much money is he ultimately going to end up spending. And it's great because every single time you go back, you're probably going to Prime sub, you're going to sub, you're going to... So it is actually not like a bad content creator move. Because I think if Quinn were to do the math at the end of it, he's probably going to make more money off of doing that than he would lose at the end of it.
typically they're going to fleece you dry because this is all psychological manipulation studied. They've actually studied this shit so that they could manipulate you to the best of their ability and basically get you to spend as much money as humanly possible in this game. If you go and watch most...
To be fair, Smiley Lucky, it's not just America. In South Africa, if I were to register a company, so an actual company, my streaming becomes a company and I'm an employee for the company. Gaming Cow, thanks for the deal. What's up? Did really appreciate that. 3 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are far too kind. Far too kind. I really appreciate it. If you register a company and your company's job is to play video games, you can absolutely write off every single game that you play as a tax expense because you need to play the games. You purchase the games in order to play them. You can claim. Now, obviously, the revenue service is going to want to audit you because they're going to probably never have heard of it. So they're going to be like, what the fuck? But no, technically speaking, if it is in the pursuit of your business and you can prove that you played the game on stream, they have to give you the tax cut.
Streamers, you're going to be seeing that people have spent upwards of $300, $500, $1,000 already on this shit, which is fine because, they can afford it. But there's a lot of people that can't, and there's a lot of people that can't control themselves, and there's a lot of people that have serious gambling addictions, and this motherfucker will not stop doing spells and distracting me, so we're going to move over back to Westmarch. There's probably something that I've missed, but I think you guys get the point. And ultimately, the point is, this is unethical. This is disgusting. This pretty much tarnishes the Diablo name. When the investors see the amount of money that this game is going to make, do you think that there's any chance that Diablo 4 is not going to have the same business practices? Why do I care? I care because it's Diablo. Because I've seen this type of bullshit in a million other games. And I've seen it over and over again. Don't think that I'm ignorant to the realities of the mobile market. I'm not. I know.
If you're not giving me money, I can't play Diablo Immortal. I'm not rich enough for this game. So you guys have to just give me the money so I can play Diablo Immortal and also become rich bitch, big boy in Diablo Immortal. Just go slap some cheeks in the PvP. That's how it works. Fall for the mastering, give me money. We're all happy. But I don't want you to play Diablo Immortal. Well, fuck you then, McMillan. Jesus, wanting to take away from my fucking enjoyment. How dare you, sir? I am offended by what you just said.
I know exactly what's happening on the mobile market. I just find it completely and absolutely fucking disgusting. And, it just completely irritates the fuck out of me that Blizzard is taking this IP that has a dedicated community that they've shat on for generations. They've shat on this community. And they're going to take it and they're going to drive it into the fucking ground with these monetary practices.
That's what they
and before you guys think Rurikon, but nobody likes this. Okay? Nobody likes this, huh? Well, would you look at that? I would say that right here on the App Store, that is the iOS App Store, you can see that Diablo Immortal is sitting pretty on a 4.7 score with 55,498 reviews. But that's not all. Because if you go to the Android store, now the Android store is interesting because yesterday it was at 4.1 or something, and today it's at 3.6. So people are waking up. People are getting the bitter taste of those.
So I think what Rurikon needs to understand here is, I know a couple of people that does this for a living. It's what I like to call professional commentators. Almost every gaming company have them. Almost every gaming company employ them because they have marketing agencies, and these marketing agencies employ these people. These are people that go around on the internet, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere they can. When they see a post about a game, whether the post is positive or negative, they will write something positive about it. So on Twitter, when you criticize Diablo Immortal, you'll get someone that fucking mouths off in the comment section about how wrong you are. These are what is called, quote unquote, positive influencers, right? They're paid by the marketing people. It's their job is to make sure that the game has a positive response. This is most likely what is happening on the Apple Store as well as on the Droid Store. They got their minions out there to effectively... You all have seen this, right? You get these ads consistently, make money while browsing the internet. That's literally what it is. That's how you make money while browsing the internet. Mistake and mishap, some of it is bots, others is actual people. Make money while you browse the internet. That's literally what it is. You are on the internet, they ask you to write a bunch of comments, write a bunch of replies to people, vote on a bunch of polls and shit like that. It's because they need to have that. Because, well, 4.6 out of 400,000 votes. But it is dropping now. Why is it dropping? Because no company has the money to keep this going forever. And as more and more people are playing the game, more and more people are starting to downvote the game. So I imagine this is going to drop like a log. If you go, we can go Diablo Immortal, Metacritic. And you guys can see here. So Diablo Immortal Metacritic score is at 0.5, ladies and gentlemen. 0.5. But I want you to understand the difference here. Because if you look at Diablo Immortal's critical reviews, so this is from the gaming media, the critics, the professionals. The professionals give it a 75 out of 100. A 75 out of 100. It was 90 out of 100 a couple of days ago. It finally got 3 mixed. So a couple of days ago, there were 6 critic reviews, all 6 of them very positive. We now finally have 3 that's mixed. They're not as certain that this is a good game. But they're still fairly certain. So Dixerto, for example, says, trust me when I say I really want to love Diablo Immortal more than this, but morally, I struggle to recommend this game. Suffocated by microtransactions that bleed players dry. The latest chapter in the Diablo saga feels like a pay-to-win gacha game that's meant to tide us over until Diablo 4. Finally, Dixerto does something correctly, right? But then you look at the Metacritic score here, it's 0.5. Now, let's do... I think we can do this. No, where did I find this again? I think we went PC. Then we did games of all time, right? So games of all time. We'll go all time there. We'll go all platforms, right? And then we'll do user score. Okay, so now we're going to do it at user score. And then we'll go down. And we'll go down. Let's go down to the real bottom here. There's something else I have to do here. Because it doesn't actually keep all of them in here. So that's fewer than 7 critical. It should be up here. As you can see, it's not even going that low. What did I do? I did this yesterday, but there's something specific. Oh, here we go. It has to be at all times. Of all time. Okay, so here you go. Now, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the list that this is on. Look at the company that this game is finally keeping. So we have to keep going. Do you think it's as bad as FIFA 20? No, it is not. Do you think it's as bad as Grand Theft Auto? No, it is not. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy on PC? No. Madden? No. Madden on Xbox? No. It's even worse than Warcraft 3. It slots in year. We all saw the rating at 0.5, right? So this list have not been updated yet. So it slots in below Warcraft 3 Reforged as far as players are concerned. It's literally sharing with Madden NFL 21. That's it. And it most likely will drop even more. I'm not sure if you can. Not on the all-time list, though. Not on the all-time list, sadly. But I know why it probably would not have updated yet. Because if you look at this, titles with fewer than seven critic reviews are excluded. And like I told you, yesterday when I was looking at this list, Diablo Immortal only had 6 critical reviews. And since then, it's gone to 11. So I'm assuming this list is not yet updated. But you can just look at the user score. The user score is 0.5. So this means the user score for Diablo Immortal is worse than the user score for Warcraft 3 Reforged. And Warcraft 3 Reforged didn't get this user score because it was bad. It got this user score because they lied. They lied through their teeth. Diablo Immortal is getting this user score because it's a scumbag fucking game.
XP walls that I talked about, they're finding those bitter pills and they're like, holy shit, this is actually really bad. Still, 404,000 votes with 3.6 rating. That's still a pretty fucking positive rating, despite the fact that this is basically a fucking casino, okay? But
yes,
this is why I'm talking about this. Because whenever you think that nobody likes this, you have no idea how many people are playing this game. You have no idea how many people are basically getting hooked on this game, that are losing their life savings on this game, because that's the level of psychological manipulation we are talking about. And it's like, look, I care about people, but I'm in this because I don't want to see this move forward onto other video games. It's just that simple. So my final statement when it comes to all of this is this. Oh, okay, this does work. Okay, perfect. Let's go again. Here's my statement on all of this bullshit. The lead hero, enter verification code 8247. Fuck off. Character deleted. That character was like fully decked out in legendaries and legendary gems and all of this bullshit. And like
that's
the
what
band
I'm talking about,
Fahad Tomb and all of that.
That's what I'm talking about.
So first you do that, then you do this, and then you do this.
Giga
can you
chat
stop playing so that I can uninstall
right there,
you?
bro.
Thank you. Yes, uninstall. Get the
Giga
fuck out of my computer.
fucking energy right now, bro.
That's what you should do, team.
Rukan, I am going to say that I have one-upped you on this, because I too uninstalled my Diablo Immortal. Actually, I never installed it, but technically that is still uninstalling it. I too uninstalled all of my Blizzard games, and then I uninstalled, and wait for this, my Battle.net client. If you really want to be Giga Chad, the Battle.net client needs to fucking go, bro.
That's what you should fucking do. And that's my review of Diablo Immortal right there.
Ah, what a good fucking review, bro. What a good review. What can we say? This is just the level of disgust that these people have, you know? This is what gaming is becoming, and we'll talk about that in a second, because I do actually have some things that I want to say, and we'll do that before the OTK thing happens, because it's soon, TM. But I quickly need to go take a piss, and then we'll talk about that, and then we'll get into the OTK thing, because I am looking forward to the games that's going to be announced today. I am very much looking forward to that. So I'll be right back. Guys, take a break. By the way, if you haven't already, if you need to go stretch your legs, now is the fucking time to do that. And we'll be back. Like, fucking now, okay? Don't rush me. Just want to go piss, and then I'll be back. All right? Just fucking chill out. What's up, bitches? Bitches be crazy. I'm back. Yeah, of course I washed my hands. I'm not like Asmongold. My dick isn't quite as clean. So gotta wash them hands, you know? Gotta get them washed. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the welcome backs and everything. Dude, I felt like my fucking bladder was gonna explode. Yeah, feels bad, man, having the dirty dick. Razzler, how you doing, bro? Alright, I'm just quickly... Before we jump into... So, in about 15 minutes from now, the OTK event is starting, and that's why we're all gathered here. But I did want to talk a little bit about why Diablo Immortal is important. Why is it important for us to keep in mind what is happening with Diablo Immortal, and more specifically, why are people freaking out about this? Because I see the comments, even in my own stream. People are saying, dude, it's just a mobile game, you know? Don't worry about it. Like I told you when we were reacting to the Rurikon video, it's just a is an argument that only really works if you don't understand how interconnected life had become. There is no such thing as it's just a. Anything that happens has an immediate effect on the community of the thing that it happens to, and then that effect will almost always reverberate out and will hit other things. Now, the gaming industry, funnily enough, is incredibly interconnected. What is the one thing that every single CEO of a AAA video game company want more than anything? It's money. They want to make money as quickly as possible, as much as possible. Up until now, and maybe we'll say up until like 5 years ago, the best way to make money was really to just make good games at a reasonable price, usually $60, and then sort of release DLCs, right? That was kind of the acceptable way. If you wanted to make more money out of a single player game or out of a game, you would do DLCs, and these DLCs would then allow for even more purchases. Of course, back then, cosmetics were becoming a real big deal, so you would also have a cash shop a lot of the time with some cosmetic items, but for the most part, people were more or less okay with this. While that's good money, and while the companies were certainly making good money, the nature of these industries are that if a shareholder saw you making $2 billion in a quarter, do you think they're going to be happy with $2 billion next quarter? Of course not. Because if you're not growing, you're going backwards. Money famously loses value, right? Famously, money loses value. So $2 billion this quarter is worth more than $2 billion next quarter. So what you want next quarter is 2.1 or 2.2 billion. Then the quarter after that, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 billion. You want that number to always go up. The problem for video games is that making a good game is very difficult, very expensive, and also I don't know if there is actually physically enough video gamers in the world, and I don't know if we add enough video gamers to the video game industry every single year for that number to just continuously go up. I don't think it's physically possible. There is a point where you're never going to get 100% of all the gamers to buy your game, and of the people that you can convince, there's only so many people to convince before you've kind of run out of people to convince. So the gaming industry realized that the true sort of, shall we say, secret to unlocking growth in the video game industry is cash shops. Cash shops is where it is. So turning your existing player base into payers, getting them to continuously pay the game. And really, I blame MMOs in many ways here, because I think MMOs is where the live service gaming thing started. That's where it started. When people started to realize there are actually people willing to pay monthly in order to play a video game, all of these CEOs went, what? You mean to say we can actually continuously charge people money to play our games? Fuck yeah. That's what we're talking about. Because the math is there. It's easily done. How are you going to make more money? $60 for a game, and then that's it? Or $60 for the game, and then $5 a month for every month after that? It's easily calculable, right? There's a lot more money to be made if there is money to be spent after you bought the game. Up until now, there's been a reasonable understanding between gamers like us and developers like EA and Blizzard that we will tolerate cash shop purchases so long as these cash shop purchases are not what we would consider quote-unquote pay to win. That same deal, however, was never made with mobile developers. Mobile developers have made no such deal. They have been notoriously friendly to the pay-to-win element, and the players that play those games tend not to give a fuck about the pay-to-win elements in their video games. A few years ago, I want to say 2018, it may have been a little bit later or a little bit earlier, EA was the first company to get themselves fucked. EA released what now is one of the most notoriously hated games in video games, at least for its launch, Battlefront 2. Upon its launch, Battlefront 2 was the most egregious and aggressively monetized game of its time ever. There's never been a game, in PC at least, that have been this aggressively monetized in terms of player power, right? And we are talking outside the scope of FIFA and Madden because, well, those games sort of fall in their own category, right? They're their own thing, so to speak. But in terms of first-person shooters, in terms of what those games should be, this was the first time that EA took a game that historically should never be pay to win. First-person shooter games should not be pay to win. The whole premise behind them is that everyone is equal, and they turned them into just the biggest pay to win bullshit ever. The clapback from the community was swift, aggressive, and it basically tanked. The game was dead on arrival. No one played the game. No one gave a fuck. Just straight off the bat. So much so that EA had to apologize and then revise it. They basically walked back all of their issues. At the time, I said EA was dipping their toes, taking the temperature of the video game industry. People said, "You're nuts, you're crazy. That's not how this works." And I said, "No, this is." They don't know exactly how far they can go with something. That was a step too far. It was a step too far. Diablo Immortal is, again, the gaming industry taking the temperature of gamers. Dipping their toe into the water and watching. What's the reaction like here? How do people accept this? Because just complaining means fuck all. I want to be clear about this. If you're sitting there playing Diablo Immortal right now and then complaining to your friends about all the pay-to-win bullshit in the shop, you're not helping. You're contributing to the monthly active users of the game. You're contributing to the health of the game because there is an actual community to do things with. And more importantly, you're allowing the whales to keep whaling. Whales do not whale in dead video games. So as long as there are people to party with, the whales are going to continuously throw their money into this game. And those are the people that Blizzard is actually interested in. You do not interest them. The only thing that is interesting about you is your data that Blizzard is collecting and selling because that's what they do. So you are helping, but not as much as you could. Now, to be clear, do I think that Diablo 4 is going to be as disgusting as Diablo Immortal in terms of monetization. No. I think the backlash to Diablo Immortal was strong enough to where Blizzard will not try to do that with a pure PC game. Because remember, Diablo Immortal does get away with it because it is, quote-unquote, a mobile game. Diablo 4 isn't a mobile game. But you can bet your ass that it is going to have a Battle Pass system. Like, mark my fucking words right now. It will have a Battle Pass system. The Battle Pass will be purchasable, very similar to what you have in Call of Duty, very similar to what you have in Diablo Immortal right now. It will be a Battle Pass that you purchase in order to get greater rewards. I do not expect that there will be premium currencies that you can use to upgrade your gear, since that would, I think, break a lot of people in terms of actually being willing to play the game. I imagine that there will most likely be some kind of upgrade system that won't be too horrible to play for free, but you could probably pay a little bit to skip some of the shenanigans around the upgrades. That's what I expect for Diablo 4. But remember, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Blizzard doesn't care that the next Diablo 4 isn't going to be as pay to win as they would want it. And before you go, but Akalon, maybe they don't do that at all. What did we just say at the beginning of this video? They want to make money. They want to make all the money. The way to make all the money, the golden ticket, the city on the hill for companies like Blizzard Entertainment, for companies like EA, is pay to win. The problem is that pay to win is wholly rejected by the community. They don't want it. They don't want to see it. So the gaming community invents this new idea around pay for convenience. Now, the problem is if you take pay for convenience too far, it can very easily fuck you. In a mobile game, pay for convenience is basically acceptable. Everyone is okay with massive pay for convenience. PC games is a little bit difficult. But I do imagine that this is how Diablo 4 is going to be monetized. Definitely a Battle Pass system. The Battle Pass system will probably be maybe last a month, 2, maybe 3, until the season resets. Like I said, I think some kind of upgrade system, even if it is just a minor upgrade system, something really small, but that can actually be sort of paid for in order to speed up. So you can look at about Diablo Immortal, 10% of that. 10% of what they're doing currently in Diablo Immortal is what we will see. And then, of course, cosmetics all over the place. It's going to look like a Bukaka porn set by the end of the cosmetics on that store. It's going to be in your face everywhere. It's going to be real. Because this is a game. This is the steps in which the game industry operate. It is the games that comes after Diablo 4. It is the games that comes after Overwatch 2 that we have to be worried about. Because again, these things are not for us. They're not for me and you, the boomers of the video game industry. And when I say boomers of the video game industry, I mean boomers because for some reason, if you're not 25, you're a fucking boomer in the video game industry. For some reason. I don't know why, but you are. Does anyone know where the stream is going to be for OTK? Yeah, but where? Is it on Asmongold? Because I don't see Asmongold live whatsoever. Alan Ring and FF14 and even effing New World. It's there's always going to be some companies, Penance. There's always going to be some companies that obviously don't engage and pay to win and all that bullshit. From Software is probably a good example of a company that would not do that. CD Projekt Red is another company that have famously rejected cash shops in their video games. and have said that they will never have a single-player gaming experience with a cash shop. We'll have to wait and see if that lasts. But I can tell you right now, this is coming. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. And it's coming faster than what you and I might think. Faster than what you and I may be ready for. Diablo Immortal is the future of video games. This is where they want to be. This is what's coming. Mark my fucking words. We'll talk again in 2 to 3 years from now when Blizzard announces their next big game and it is as disgusting as Diablo Immortal. For now, all I can do is warn about it. All I can do is fight it and hope that there is enough people standing at the gates resisting it. But I would not be surprised if we see the same level of, or not the same, but levels of monetization going to World of Warcraft as well that might be quite large in and of itself. I would not be surprised. Yeah, if there's no laws, these guys aren't stopping. If there are no laws, these guys are not fucking stopping. You can bet your dick on that. Where's Asmongold? You say he's live. Where? Dude, what the fuck? I don't see him. Asmongold! Let's do this. Let's do this, bro. Penance, Angel, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fuck you, chat. Oh my god, the debates, bro. The debates. Oh my god. They said it's starting, if I'm not mistaken, at 1. And now it's starting in 18 minutes. Excuse me. Fucking excuse me. It's a little debated. Just ever so fucking slightly a little debated. But, you know. We'll just go with it. Already 5 minutes here, but I can get behind that. Guy looks like a cool time. I appreciate that. I was supposed to start 2 minutes ago. Yeah, it's not fucking starting though, is it? I was about 100% if anyone can come up with an RTS. Dude, it's gonna get so much worse. And I don't think many people realize just how bad things are about to fucking get. Because this is where we're going. This is literally what is coming for us. And dude, this is so fucking sore. What bugs me about this is the amount of people that seemingly don't care. The amount of people that genuinely do not seem to give a fuck. It's already out there. It's just coming to the west. Masi, I feel like the East is starting to change the way in which they do things. Like, you're seeing more and more games now coming out of Asia with fewer and fewer pay-to-win mechanics. But then you look at the West, and the West is just pushing more and more fucking like pay-to-win bullshit in their games. So it is sort of like, are we flipping? James Wow loot box tweet? No. Link it. Fun, but Penance Angel, what fun? If you're having fun in this stream, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't do this for fun. I do this so I can complain for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I leave and I feel better. This is where I get some of my therapy. It's free therapy. Actually, I get paid for this therapy. It's great. Fucking amazing. Apocalypse, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Just finished the Mythic Plus on the 925 and this popped up. Bro! Bro. If this is real, oh, it's a joke. Dude. Fucking debate. Ah. I could just laugh. That's it. That's all I can fucking do, dude, is laugh. That's all I can do is laugh. Because you think this is a joke now? I guarantee you it's not going to be a joke for long. But well done. Well done on debating the fuck out of me. Because I'm almost certain that this is coming in the next maybe two expansions. Within the next 2-3 years, this is coming. Spend a little bit of money for a bonus loot box, and you know, at the end of a Mythic Plus, it just pops up. Easy. I mean, technically, why would people even care? Blizzard saw that and went, joke, shows how bad things are. So, that was grade A troll because it looked so plausible. Dude, this was grade A troll. I need to give Mr. GM a like here, and also I'll quote tweet this. Up your chance at the rare mount drop or Tusk of Man in SOO. I could see this 100%. Why wouldn't this happen is the question that I would like to ask. What do you think stops Blizzard from doing this? Someone banned in Diablo Immortal for not spending money in the store. Wait, what? Alpin, I would need to see some evidence there. Put it in content suggestions. All right, let's see this. By the way, if you guys have content that you want me to react to, join Discord, and just drop it in the content suggestion page. But is it this one?
Can see all the content types. Yeah, I can do everything. It fucking deceived me. What?
Policy violation.
What? What happened here? Policy violation. Didn't spend any money.
It must have been something else. I'm looking at his chat because his chat should know.
Okay, let me screenshot this. Okay, guys, we're gonna have a short break. It's time for food. So,
I mean, I can almost guarantee you that that's not what happened. There must be something else. Now, it could be due to mass report, which is something I can absolutely see happening here. Because it can be due to mass report, right? That article code they gave him. Yeah, it could be a false flag. So in other words, you're playing with a bunch of people that is just paying money out of their fucking ass, right? And now they're just reporting you. Although Castle is saying here that it's actually a bug, that it happens and then it's fixed later on. So I would say I wouldn't be too worried about that. These companies, generally speaking, so if they did that, Blizzard would be in a world of trouble. Like, Blizzard would be sued to fucking hell and gone, and not by players, but by governments. Because if you did that, if you advertised the game as free to play, but then banned people for not actually spending money in the game, it's no longer a free to play game, right? Because you're advertising as free to play, but you are forcing people. That would be 100% like false advertising, as well as probably a bunch of other fucking laws that you break. Consumer laws and consumer protection acts and stuff. So I don't think any gaming company would do that. For the game to not spend money. Payers, mass reporting non-payers. What a dog shit game. I'm not saying that's what would happen, but I can see that happening eventually. Blizzard will just have to be careful not to ban people who don't spend money, right? That's basically all they would have to do. Just want to make sure that I have the title correct here. All right, that should be fine. Ban appeals would depend on how much money you have spent. Blizzard busy count all the money and can't hire a few GMs. I'm really, dude, I'm worried about the video game industry. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am worried. There's a part of me that the issue is, for the first time in my life, I can see avenues through which almost every game can be monetized in such a way that the majority of sheep will just go along with it. So if we go to Mr. GM's tweet, right? Mr. GM's tweet, it's a joke. How much do you want to bet that if Blizzard did this, the sheep, and by sheep, of course, I mean the addicts, the WoW junkies, will find a way to defend this? They'll be like, dude, what are you talking about? You do get your normal chest at the end of the Mythic Plus. This is just for extra stuff. This is just for extra stuff, man. Let's see what this say. I basically can't play WoW anymore. The issue is people trust you and would see this tweet for fuck off, Spencer, you piece of shit. I'd be keen, to be honest. Remove the sub, add microtransactions. We already have it in the form of being able to buy game time for real money. All right. Apparently, he's okay with that. The reason why Dragonflight isn't available for pre-order is because Microsoft is going to allow people to play it with Game Pass, and I fully expect them to make up for those losses. Wouldn't even mind, to be honest. Let them make more money and reinvest at least some share of it into the game. WoW was an archetypical BCG Matrix cash cow after all. I love this. Damn, bro, you got the whole cosmic chart laughing. I'd buy it. I paid $20 for max conduits on an alt like Hello Adventurer. Looks like you're about to start doing this all again on your Demon Hunter. Would you like to skip the grind? And this, my friends, is the Fortnite generation taking over as the primary gamers. Obvious hoax. I don't believe you completed the dungeon in time. Calling it a hoax. They'll see all this feedback saying don't tempt them. And next, we'll hear. We heard you, we listened. You forgot the huge label saying 570% value. It's funny, monthly pay, and now you pay for loot. The day this will be in place, I will never touch a freaking Blizzard game. I call bullshit on most of the people saying I will never play a Blizzard game again. Because Blizzard gave you 9 months of no fucking content whatsoever. 9 months of zero content, right? With a 6-month sub in the middle of the 9 months of zero content to make sure that you keep paying them even though there's not going to be new content for 9 fucking months. And people are still giving Blizzard money. I don't believe you when you say that you will not... when you say that you will stop playing. You're talking out of your ass. You will continue playing. You will pay the fucking $1.50 because why the fuck wouldn't you? It's fake, but still a possibility for Modern Blizzard. You know it's fake because the item reveal would be determined by how much you pay if it was true. And it could be true just as much as it could be a joke. If they'd done it, trust me, people would burn the company down. No, they wouldn't, Kareem. This seems like a thing I could see Blizz doing. The new philosophy they have, can't meet shareholder expectations, just add more microtransactions. Yeah, why not? That seems to be a good idea. I don't know, play official Blizzard game easy. Dude, again, I think that the majority, if you're still playing World of Warcraft right now, I would say the chances of you continuing to play is very high. Even if Blizzard decided to implement this into the game. After all of the bullshit that Blizzard have pulled with Battle for Azeroth and now Shadowlands, you're still playing and paying this company every month to play their game. You'll gobble this $1.50 up like it is a fucking dick for free on a rodeo weekend. Still playing WoW right now? You have mental problem unless it's your job? I mean, I can't even fucking imagine playing WoW anymore, dude. I'm so over WoW right now. Although I must admit, I've been tempted with 925. People are saying very good things about 925, and I've been tempted to give 925 a bit of a go. Still play now? You'll always play WoW no matter what's going to happen? I was playing earlier, got a sword, I've been farming for a year. Look, I don't judge people for playing. If that's what you want to do, great. But at least be honest then and say, look, dude, I'm addicted to the game. I fucking like the grind. Fucking leave me alone. This is my game and I will never stop playing. And hey, more fucking power to you, bro. More power to you. I don't mind it. I'm not angry about it. I genuinely do not care. Been tempted every new expansion in the past. Never gonna happen again because it always disappointed me. No, I'll definitely be back for Dragonflight. Dragonflight seems like it's a good... it seems like it's gonna be good, and I have to go back because if it isn't good, I need to be able to make videos saying it isn't good. You know? That's just the way the money machine works. Gotta make that money, chat. Gotta make that fucking money. Next expansion, yes, exactly. We all know that next expansion is the one. Like, if you don't know it yet, you're just being a negative Nelly. Everyone knows that it's the next expansion that's gonna pop the fuck off. Just think, max level in DF, you get a choice between dog shit gear drops from World Quest or leveling up your dragon enjoyment. I've played 7 MMOs, gotta experience it for Sodium Farm. Bro. They're going back to the abusive ex. Step on me, please, I can fix her. That's basically where we are now in my relationship with World of Warcraft. I keep thinking I can fix her. Just need a little bit more time. A little bit more time and I can fix her. What's this poll about? Will Asmongold wear the same shirt? Yes. Yeah, almost definitely. I believe that. Frost Giant that's being announced tomorrow? D-Wolf, yeah, of course. I'm excited for a lot of games. I'm very excited for today's show because it's all indie games, D-Wolf. Tomorrow's show, I'm more like just lukewarm on because the Game Awards have disappointed me 2 years in a row now with like 10% of the games that they announce being any good and then like 90% of the games being ads, which is really fucking horrible. But I am still looking forward to it because if there's 10% great games being announced, I want to be a part of that. All right. Fuckers, you ready? You ready? Ten seconds. Are you ready, chat? Come on, show us what you're doing, baby.
Well.
Looking
it's finally
snazzy.
time. Sup, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the OTK Games Expo live from the We Play studio.
We Play.
have a lot of games to look at, over 40 today, and there are going to be a bunch of different games, and you guys are going to be getting involved as well. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to show you all what we're going to be doing.
Dude, he's
and
looking
what's to come
snazzy as
with this
fuck.
show and exactly how things are going to be broken down. Because
Some good
obviously
pants
we're
here.
going to have the trailers, we're going to go through all of that stuff. But on top of that, we're actually going to be doing interviews with some of these developers live here in the studio.
Nice.
And on top of that, we're even going to be playing some games on top of it. So I am very, very excited, especially with some of these games. I think they're going to be awesome to watch, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And so, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's made this possible. This has been a tremendous undertaking for us, and it wouldn't be possible without you all. So thank you so much. And the other people I want to say thank you to are the people I'm about to announce today. And those are going to be my friends helping me here going through the entire expo right now. And so we got Tectone, obviously the Genshin Impact legend. And then we got, oh man, we've got Jay Schlatt, the Minecraft master. Oh my, he's cut off his finger. Is that okay? I don't know. Okay, all right, who else do we have? And,
Cringe,
there
bro.
he is. The classic WoW god.
What happened to his
S-Fan
hand,
TV.
by the way?
And he's going to be helping us, giving us a little bit of commentary and all that as well. And who else do we have? And, oh, look at that. We've got Rich Campbell. Who could have guessed that?
Fucking
and that's
Rich.
good. Yeah, hi, Rich. How you doing?
All right.
He's happy. He's so happy to be here. Thanks for being here,
He
Rich.
likes NFL?
Yeah, okay. He'll be okay. And then we... okay, so yeah, we've got who is Mizkif. We've got Mizkif there as well. And okay, all right, who else do we have? Let's go ahead and move up a little bit forward. And what the hell are y'all doing? Quit talking. We're going into the show. And then we've got Amaru, obviously, of course. And we're going to be getting everybody up here.
Wait,
and
who's
talking about these games
what?
all together, getting their feedback, commentary, and just having a few
broke his
conversations about
fucking
these
hand.
games, but that is
Jesus.
not the only group
All
of
right,
people
that's
that
next
we
level.
have. We also have an expert variety gamers panel. We've brought together some of the best and most experienced variety gamers on all of Twitch to help give you their insight on these games and tell you which ones are great. And
Gotta
which
bring
ones are
Summit
even better.
1G in
So
here.
anyway, over to the variety gamers.
I mean, if you're going to say base variety gamer, Summit 1G has to be
Thank you
there.
so much, Zach. It is me, NMPLOL,
Fucking
here with
soda
the Variety
poppin'.
Gaming panel.
Dude,
We're
whenever
here
I
to
see
assemble
soda
some of the
poppin', I'm
best
convinced he
gamers
wants to troll.
Ever
His
on the
face
planet.
just says,
Everyone
I want to
knows me.
troll
I'm
someone
NMP.
now.
I'm a 9-time gladiator, 2-time rank 1, all this sort of stuff. And let's go to Chance. How are you?
Hi, Soda Poppin', Chance here, 12-time rank 1, multi-rank 1 overall, gamer extraordinaire, popularizer of Among Us, veteran, 15-year streamer, made most people. Here to really kind of bring my insight and talk about some of these games and some of the great things about them. And over to my left, we've got...
Yeah, that's really cool, Chance. Hi, everybody. I'm Sear. I'm actually a triple platinum rank 1 gas station simulator champion. Also won an Oscar for Best City and City Skylines. And absolutely rolled Soda Poppin' at Warcraft 3 Soccer, which I won a Nobel Peace Prize for. Bruce?
See, all that sounds good, but to me it just sounds like baloney. Pro Telltale Gamer here, Bruce, drop them off. I'm here to give my insight on some of these games. I heard we got a great list, so I'm ready. I'm excited. Back to Nick.
All right, we are the Variety Gamers here to give some of the best insight that we can possibly give.
All
Back
Yeah,
to
they
you,
do
Zach.
have a few sponsors.
Thanks a lot, Nick, and I can't wait to hear what invaluable, incredible, and very insightful commentary they're going to be providing today. But also, we
It's
have a
not
lot of
gonna-
people involved.
you have
but I
soda
wanna talk
pop in
to you
there.
all about
It's
how
not
you
gonna be
guys,
insightful.
The chat are going to be involved as well. We are putting up today $50,000 of developmental grants, not pledges, grants of these developers and to try to help them make their games a reality. So the way this is going to work is you all are going to vote, and first place is going to be getting $30,000. On top of that, they're going to be getting a Razer PC powered by Intel, and second place is going to be getting $20,000, and they're also going to be getting a Razer PC powered by Intel to help finish their development of the game and in some cases take their game development to the next level. Campbell. So huge shout out to them. And honestly, guys, I am just amazed to be here. And there is one more person and one more guy who's going to be helping me do all of this. And I'd like to also introduce you to one of my longtime friends I've been doing shows with for a very, very long time. It's going to help me host this, Rich Campbell.
Man, I'm amazed to be here as well, and I'm sure they're all amazed to hear my voice.
Dude.
They're used to only hearing it when you're done stream, but today we're only just beginning. And when I look around at this arena, it's crazy. We started off doing small webcam shows, and when you're on the big stage, you get kind of nervous that you might slip. But luckily, I never slip. Thank you to the non-slip grip on my Mountain Dew Game Fuel can. You guys can grab one right now for 10% off if you use OTK. They've been our partner since day one, and it really helped us get here to the big stage. But you're here to check out some of the games. The first category, we're breaking it up into genres throughout the entire day. And the first genre is one that we're all very used to.
I mean,
it's none other
he always
than
looks like
action.
a nobbin, doesn't he? Oh, here we go.
To kick everything off for the action games, it should be something very interesting for all of you. As somebody who watches Twitch, you're used to watching bottom feeders talk, but now we're going to watch bottom feeders fight. It's Prima Studios' brand new game, Knights of the Deep.
Uh-huh. Wait, what? Dude. Oh shit, it's got like actual fucking sea creatures fighting. Oh shit. Dude, this actually looks a little bit fun. Knights of the Deep. Okay. Remember, this is indie, guys. So don't expect like the greatest games you've ever seen in your life, because
Wow. Honestly, I'm pretty excited to play that game, and yeah, I think that you're definitely right. With the crabs, the bottom feeders, I think we'll fit right in. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I think I'll actually be pretty good at this one as well. I beat crabs one time in college.
Really? Wow, that's impressive. I was playing video games. And yeah,
Beat crabs.
I have
Oh
to say, guys, I thought we'd start off with this game just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we're going to be looking at here and the kind of things that we're going to be able to see. I'm actually really excited to see something like this because it's the same type of like battle royale type thing that we've seen in many other games, but it's taken to a completely ridiculously level, and I think it's amazing. So I'm pretty excited. Let's go to the next one.
I'm definitely ready to check out the next one, but also I want to hear what the Variety Gamers have to say about the crab combat in Knights of the Deep.
All right, thank you so much, Rich. This
Okay,
is
here
the
we go.
perfect group of people to talk about Knights of the Deep. Three of us have had plenty of crabs in our life. We've had them as pets. We eat them. We love them. We love just everything about fighting. And Chance, how do you feel about that game?
You know, all jokes aside, that game actually looks really fun. You know, it looks goofy, it looks ridiculous. It's crabs with guns, shields. There's classes. It seems like there's serious mechanics.
Oh, yeah.
Lined up with the stupidity of it being crabs, but it looks fun.
Yeah. Also lobsters.
Lobsters too, crustaceans.
Yeah.
I think.
Seer?
You're so smart, dude. I would have to completely agree with you on that one, Chance. It looks like a lot of fun. It's the kind of game that, you know, you put up Shroud on your third monitor, mute them, and you start going to Pound Town on this game. And I tell you what, I would likely roll each and every single one of you at that game. Yeah.
Wow.
So, what do you think?
I don't think that's true at all,
Oh, yeah.
but I will tell you what I think about the game. I love the creative jump on the game. they did a really good job with their creativity and taking a jump off the creative ledge that you don't really see often.
Mujin, yeah, of
And
course it's cringe, but
like
I
it.
think it's
Yeah.
designed to
Pretty
be
good game.
cringe.
Which crab do you think you guys would
Okay,
use?
first, you would not beat me.
Yeah, it would be so easy.
No, it wouldn't.
You actually are not that good at games. So that's just my hot take.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for your insight, guys. And back to you, Rich.
Such a loser.
Thank you so much, Nick. It was great to listen to all the handsome guys on the panel and you. But
right.
everybody, if you want to check out Knights of the Deep, you can add it to your Steam wish list right now. And also, if it's a game that you think you like, you can do this throughout the day. You can hop in Discord and you can react in the Discord to the games that you like, and that's actually going to help them win the grants, which as we
Cringe is
mentioned
not
a little bit
horrible
earlier.
when
Keep that in your mind
cringe
as we jump
is
into the next game. It's from Neo
on
Interactive,
purpose.
and it's called Samurai Zero.
I don't mind cringe when it's on purpose. It's when someone is trying to be super serious and then they just come across as cringe that I fucking loathe it.
I made a pact with myself, I'll make it to Shambhala. Hope I'm invited, my frequency's like a Gotham. I made a pact with myself, I'll make it to Shambhala. Right. They think that love is a song that goes like Luna.
Even in the darkness of night, the moon is always shining.
Heartbeats, the kick drums, hum bass. Elimination. Veins bleeding, the melodies like playing keys. What you think is a mix? Focus on how it fits. Envision making it rich.
Dude, is this a PvP game or a story game? No, it's looks like it's PvP.
Like playing keys. What you think is the mix? Focus on how it
Yep.
fits. Make it more than a wish. Don't just be saying please. Victory. Incredible.
Oh, stop.
All right, fuck. It looks like it's 5v5 just...
All right, I love how that one looks, but I'm very excited because Asmin is with the lead producer of the game right now, Ethos, so we can find out more about everything Samurai Zero.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, the trailer looks pretty cool. It's an interesting idea. What is this? What's the game about?
Sure. Yeah. So, thanks so much for having me. So, Samurai Zero, it's a multiplayer game, multiplayer PvP focused game. It's a third-person. We're labeling it technically a tactical action hack and slash game, but that's too much, so we just say, okay, whatever, we're just gonna call it a fighting game.
Yeah.
And so it has this really cool layer where basically the world takes place in this science fantasy universe called Edo, which is basically inspired by Japanese Age of the Samurai with a little mix of little sci-fi and cyberpunk.
I think that's badass, man. Yeah, the entire just like the aesthetic of it is great. And you're talking about like having it in 3D, and I'm curious why you decided to go, because most fighting games are all in 2D, and what made you want to go with 3D in this game?
Well, actually, what you just said is basically the answer. A lot of fighting games are in 2D, so we wanted to mix it up and try something a little bit different. So we created a 3D game, and a lot of the like advanced mechanics of the
I'd
game
probably
has,
give it a
whether it's, like,
go.
the advanced
Yeah.
movement where you can
Guess
like
which.
wall run and you can dash.
I'd rather play the
and whether you're
Crabs
doing the
game,
combat,
but-
which is all precision focused. I think our game's pretty unique in the fact that we actually don't have a lot of aim assist in the game and a lot of targeting systems. A lot of it's very precision based, so it's a lot of like actually landing your hits, and we do this thanks to using the PC as our main platform. We actually have a lot of control with your camera and where your character aims using the mouse, so creates a really unique, different take for fighting games, I think.
Yeah, if that's the case, I think some people could
Some
even
skill.
almost use it as an aim trainer. But the way you describe it, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. And I think that fighting games, one of the most important things about them is
think
kind of how they
mainly
feel to
PC
play.
games.
And when will people be able to really get an opportunity to actually feel how Samurai Zero plays?
Sure, yeah. So right now, what we have is last year around this time, we had a playtest already. So people were able to get a little bit of taste of 1v1 with one of our characters, Ryder, which is the robot you saw in the trailer. He's a robot samurai, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. And the newest character, Luna, which we showed in this trailer, as well as a brand new map, which was Tower, and a bunch of brand new mechanics and features that we brought to the game within that time. We'll be showing to our Patreon people later, early next month, and then also later this year, we're going to be doing a full public playtest where players will be able to get their hands on and try it themselves.
That sounds awesome, man. Yeah, I haven't
Okay,
really played a
so it's
fighting
a bit
game like this pretty much ever before.
Community-based
so I'm
as
really
well.
Excited to see where this game goes, and thanks a lot for coming on, and really look forward to see where the game goes.
Oh, no, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And if any of you guys
How many
want
viewers
to
do they have
Samurai
right
Zero
now?
to your Steam wish list, you can go ahead and do that now.
Dude,
But,
that's a
we're gonna be on to the
lot
next
of
game.
viewers.
Yeah, let's hop right into it. The next one is coming from South Games, and this game is called S-Proxy.
The fuck? This actually looks really cool. I mean, this does look cool. I see proxy. I don't know if I would play it because it looks very action combat, like ARPG-like. But
That was the
looks
first
cool.
game that we actually got to look at today that had a release date attached to it. If you missed it, it's coming out June 23rd, so you can jump in and play. And if you
Oh,
want
yeah,
to right
that's
now, if you
like
want to make
right
sure
now.
that you don't miss the date, I'm terrible with calendars as well. You can add it to your Steam wish list, and you can check out an early download demo. So that's for S-Proxy. You can hop on Steam and check that out right now. But we're going to be taking a look at our first racing game of the day. It's from Axe and Gray Studios, and it's called Neo Dash.
Dude, I'm not a fan of racing games. Just straight up, not a fan. Aaron, by the way, thanks for the Prime sub. Did really appreciate that. 4 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blue Day, how you doing, bro?
All right, that one got my blood pumping a little bit. You can add it to your Steam wish list right now. And we got one more game left in this category. This one's coming from Angry Demon Studio. And I actually found this one on Asmon's wish list. He tends to like the furrier protagonist. It's Gory Cuddly Carnage.
Okay. The fur. Oh my god, dude. Furry games as well, really?
Wyatt.
Day 243 in orbit.
Every morning is a blank canvas. Time to chase the dream and...
Error. Inspirational quote 542 not found.
What the f*** was that?
Breach. Oh, breach. There's definitely a breach.
How are we supposed to get back to Earth? Wait a minute. What the f*** are you doing in the airlock? It's serious. Now you just wait a minute there, pal. Let's talk about this over some nice nip. Come on, you want some nice nip, bud? Game face on.
Gory.
The perfect pet. It's coming time, mother.
Oh shit. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, this game is a bit of a mindfuck. Yeah, I'd probably play this. I would probably play this. Just to give it a go. Plus, the graphics is insane.
Man, that little guy's really not kidding around. But we had in the action category, we had lobsters, we had cats doing whatever Gory was doing there, we had samurais, we had racing games, we had just about everything. Asmund, what'd you think of the action section?
Honestly, man, like I've seen that trailer like 3 or 4 times now, and I think every single time I like it even more. It's like the fact that they had an actual like they have a track, like a song for it on top of that is just really, really cool. And obviously, guys,
the
we've got
stylized
2
graphics
other
looks really
gaming
fucking
experts,
awesome.
Gaming wizards here. We've got Mizkif and Schlatt.
Hello.
Schlatt, what'd you think of it?
You know what, Asmund? I am super happy we're finally getting a game about murdering crabs and lobsters, so I can stop doing it in real life.
Mizkif, what do you think?
Well, honestly, that Cuddly Carnage game that we just saw, I actually love that game. I think it is a super unique game that you don't really see often. I love the dubstep that they played. I thought that was honestly amazing. The game reminds me of somebody who doodled that in like 6th grade, and then all of a sudden this game became a reality.
It became a reality, yeah. Like after they got watching a little bit too much Invader Zim, and they just get too crazy.
Some edgy kid with a notebook and a dream.
Yep, and now it's a game. I think it's awesome. And the other game that I really want to talk about a lot is Neo Dash. Like straight up, like that is so cool.
That trailer.
The reason why I like it, it's like you watch the game and it's like hypnotic. There were like games in GameCube that were like this. It reminded me of like the old school essence of like F-Zero or something. And I think it's just such a cool.
This game doesn't do anything
yeah, it
for
reminds me a lot of what does it remind me of? It reminds me of those like old school GameCube games that I used to really enjoy. And this is the kind of game I feel like where I could just get lost for a few hours, sit there and just drive around the track, super colorful, and just enjoy the music. It's very nice.
This would give me a fucking headache.
It strikes me as one of those games where you can play it very, very casually. You can just kind of like zen out on your couch or something.
Would
But
you
also,
guys
if
play
you wanna
this?
Go really hard on it. I'm sure there's going to be some crazy tracks to challenge yourself on it.
What's your favorite game you've seen so far?
Honestly, probably the lobster one. You know what I feel like with the lobsters when it comes to that? You know what must have happened? But you know what they got?
I perfectly iframed through every single attack that boss did. Like, let's be honest, I did. I avoided every single thing perfectly. What the fuck?
No.
Is this the lobster?
What is this? What? No, it's. Listen, guys.
Wait, did I just hear a second lobster?
What is going on?
Is this still your favorite game? I hate this.
Is not.
game.
Is this the lobster game?
No, it's
Is this
not.
the
They don't
lobster
have
game?
guns
This
in this
game
one.
looks worse.
Bro, this guy's got a sniper rifle in his mouth.
Kat, how you doing? Thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you.
So
you.
I can see where the inspiration.
Very happy
Jesus
to have you here.
Christ.
So is this?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's real funny, guys, right?
I forgot this is getting
it's real funny.
Oh my
Probably a million
god.
on YouTube.
Lol.
Somebody's getting banned after this.
Yeah, this game is
somebody
honestly,
get
I
banned.
absolutely love this game. I think it is very funny and unique. I think it is.
This is one of those streamer games that you play with your community. We, as a stream, we're going to be playing this, motherfuckers.
I thought that was funny.
You know what I
too,
think
yeah.
happened, man?
We're gonna be
You always
playing
see those
this.
lobsters at like the seafood restaurants. Where are they? Where do they put the lobsters? Aspen, where do they put the lobsters?
Well, don't they go in the ocean?
No, they have them in crane machines.
Wait,
They've turned
what?
It into, oh yeah,
It is a party game. It reminds me of.
You've never been to a seafood restaurant?
I've never been. So
where
like,
they
you're
have
telling me
lobsters.
they
in a
What's that
can
fucking
that
game
go
called? It's like
crabs up the Crowley Boy.
Yes,
And then you put them in
cook
a
it.
box.
No, if you win the lobster at the seafood restaurant,
You have these
you eat
weird fucking characters that have almost no
it.
bones.
Now imagine the life
And you
of that kind
keep
of
fucking
crustacean
hitting them and
who's
having
been
to hit
submerged
people
in a
off
little
the
toy
sort of
box,
off the
foam crane
platform.
poking at them every day.
It
That's
reminds
who I
me of
think is
that.
in this game. I think they took them right from the crane game. Imagine that. How
So they get
pissed
taken
must
from
be.
the crane game. They get put in this.
and that's why they want to fight.
I feel like that's the kind of game that's like it's going to be a really good stream game because of how
No, not
absolutely ridiculous
full
it
games.
is.
Not
It's just
Fall
crazy,
Guys.
off-the-wall.
Fall
You
Guys is
got a
also really
lobster with
good.
a flamethrower.
But
You got
it's
a
sort of
lobster
like
with a
it's a
sniper rifle,
battle
crab with a
royale, but with
gun.
cuddly
And
pigs.
you know what that
like
game reminds me a lot of?
cuddly characters.
Crabs fighting crabs reminds me a lot of when Rich did a subathon in my closet.
No, it's not Stickman.
Yeah,
It's difficult to explain.
I don't know if Rich
You
is
can
crying
throw,
or
you
laughing.
grab onto
Let's go to
the
Rich and
teddy
we'll,
bears
move on.
grab onto each other and
Thanks,
then
guys.
throw
Appreciate
each
it.
other
Thanks for having
around
us.
and
Absolutely.
fucking run into each other and hit each other with mallets and shit like that.
What a time of memories that was.
Maybe party
it was
animals?
Like
I don't know.
a whole new realm of reality being in Ms. Kiff's closet for that subathon. And this next genre brings you to new realities as well, kind of like being in Ms. Kiff's closet. Folks, get ready. It's time for an adventure.
Oh, adventure games. Here we go. This is usually where my shit starts. I like adventure games.
Folks, adventure games have a huge legacy, and these games are looking to continue that legacy. The first one is from Orion Games, Inc., and it's called Ardo.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is not quite my type of game, but you know. I like how you provide color to the world. Yeah, I would say maybe more artsy than what I would play specifically. I'm pretty sure Valueless Game might be here as well. Yeah. It's a cool concept. If I were to... So if I'm going to be completely objective, I think this game is going to do well. There's definitely an audience for games like this. It's a very cool concept. The stylization of the graphics is amazing. It's just not really my type of game. Yeah, it looks good, just not my game.
Well, Ardo definitely has a style unlike any of the games that we've seen so far today, and also it's an open world game, which I did not mention before we dove in.
Fucking
if it
open
looks cool
world.
to you, good news, you can play it early. You can
Jesus.
download the demo right now on Steam. You can also add it to your wish list for when it comes out. I just want to remind everybody at home, any of these games that you like, you can hop into the Discord, you can react to the games that you like the most, and it's going to give them a chance to win that grant that Asmon's
I
going
feel
to
like that is the one thing that people aren't keeping in mind. These are indie games. You're not going to get
Razer PC
an Elden Ring
powered by
announcement
Intel
here.
that the winners will be getting as well to continue developing their games and any future
But it's
games
unique
which
as
they
fuck.
do make. But let's hop into the next one.
Because
this
it's
one
indie.
comes from Dapper Dog Digital, and it's called Biogun.
It's time to get to work, Beck.
Platformer. I feel like I started playing when platformers was huge, and then like the first games I ever played were platformers, and I think I outgrew them. I've tried platformers in the past, and I just don't enjoy them at all. It sounds very Contra-like, actually. Yeah, it reminds me very much of
To be
Contra.
honest, that one reminds me of Ms. Kiff's Closet as well. That one is also a Metroidvania. You can add it to your Steam wish list, and there's a demo available. So that is another game that you will be able to play today. I love Metroidvanias. The progression in them is always very enjoyable. And our next one is a roguelike. It's the first roguelike that we've taken a look at today. It's from Stroll Art Studios, and it's called Below the Stone.
Blow the stone. I guess if that works for you, you can blow whatever the fuck you want, really. I do like me a roguelite. Roguelite that you farm in. Okay. Roguelikes are fun as shit. Bit stressful, but fun. And I really like the graphics here. I like a lot of things about this game. It does have a Terraria feel to it, yeah.
Yep, rocks. And Below the Stone is one of those games where I know Asmon pretty well. This is the type of art style that I think really resonates with us. Anytime that you get to see a game with that pixel art, kind of brings you back. You start to remember some of the memories. So for Below the Stone, you can actually already add it to your Steam wishlist. But when we're talking about that art style, I know I want to learn a little bit more. Luckily, Asmon is going to be talking to the lead artist, Mike Stallart, right now.
Thanks, Rich. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. I see that art style, and I go right back to 1998, running through, like, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, or something like that. I absolutely love it. And thank you so much, Mike, for coming on and sharing your game with us. And my understanding is you guys had a really interesting journey coming to the expo today. And what's the game development journey been like for you?
It's hard to wrap it up in a small little segment, right? It's like we started myself. I didn't go to college or anything for this. I was kind of just going into it as raw as possible, right?
I like it.
I started by kind of inviting. I started with just my art, right? And invited a couple people to join me. Andrew being one of them. Our lead programmer, and he, we worked on Below the Stone for a while. We needed a composer for our Kickstarter later on, so we ended up picking up a composer, Karam.
It makes it raw.
And we actually failed our first Kickstarter. And what I learned though, right, is just putting yourself out there, like, is a huge win. Right? It's not about like the money in Kickstarter. It's really about like people who are fans of that make your game a success, right? And we ended up getting like hundreds of new fans from this Kickstarter. And eventually
I just started
Kickstarter
Kickstarter
started
for Twitch.
contacting us.
Let's get some more fans.
Kind of funny story with our publisher. Our relationship. I started by blocking them. I don't know if I should share that, but yeah, very smart move by me. But I
blocked
started
his
by
publisher.
Originally, they contacted me. I accidentally, I didn't know who they were. I blocked them. Then they contacted me again, blocked them again, and then I was like, and then they found my Facebook out of nowhere, right? And
my God!
I was like, whoa. Yeah, I was like, whoa, Facebook. All right, maybe they have something to say. So then, I realized these guys were serious about our game, and they saw what we were trying to make was as important as how we thought of it as, right? And then we realized, like, this is kind of like a perfect fit for us. And it really kind of huge, every step of the way, it's just been kind of like a twist and a turn, and hundreds of different directions for this game.
Well, I bet that must have been pretty reassuring whenever you have publishers reaching out to you like that and being so insistent about it, going and doing whatever they need to do to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, seriously, I and these guys are great too. Like, everybody, I used to not like publishers at first, but then I realized, like, these guys are real. These guys are real people. And then it worked out.
Yeah, I bet it seems like it has. Obviously, it has. So, like, you're talking about like this game. It's like it's got like the pixel art a little bit to it, but it's also got a roguelike element. How does this game play?
So, where we kind of separate ourselves from other roguelikes is we actually make it so like crafting and equipping gear is actually like important to your character. There's actually like a long-term progression, whereas other roguelikes, what they do is kind of like you go down until it's almost like a Diablo-esque, where like you go down, you die, and then you start over. Then you go down, die, and start over. Go down, die, and start over. And like that's like super repetitive in roguelikes. So the way we do it is we make it so every time you descend, you can actually like bring resources back with you to this kingdom area, and you can actually like use that gear to progress further in the game. You can wear this stuff, but every time you go down, right, it's a roguelike. So every time you go down, you're risking that stuff that you're wearing, right?
I get it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a twist on like how normally roguelikes do it. So every time you're going down, you're risking everything that you're bringing down with you.
So if
from
you
all your
die,
past
you lose the
adventures
stuff?
and everything. Yeah, if you die, you lose all the stuff on your character.
Oh
right?
my
Oh,
god.
that's
That's
you have to-
intense.
yeah.
it's rough. But yeah, I
can
know
spend,
a
like,
couple
hours
of others that's
crafting
like
all this
this.
gear, right?
Yeah.
You're wearing it. You decide to take on the boss, and then you realize like, oh, I don't know how this guy works. And then you start learning the pattern. You're like, oh shit, I don't know if we're allowed to curse on stream. That would have been the first one.
It's okay.
But yeah. But anyway, yeah, So yeah, it's like every time you go down, it's like kind of like a new adventure. We have 50 biomes we're planning. We want to make it so like every time you go down, like it's going to be like a completely new kind of adventure every time you go down.
Okay, so yeah, like you go down, you have no idea
That's
what's
pretty
going
much
on.
every Friday
It kind
night,
of
right?
almost reminds me of
Every
a
time you
game
go
like,
down,
Rust,
it's a new
like
adventure.
super
You never know
high-stakes
what you're
game.
gonna
If you
find.
get killed, you lose all your stuff, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know how crushing that is. But it's also like really, really intense. I think back like things like games I played on that like 2 years ago. I still remember them. So I'm really excited. And if people want to enjoy your project, excuse me, and they want to support it, where can they go?
Well, they can go to belowthestone.com.
Okay.
We got a Discord. I'm going to be sitting in the voice channel after this. If you want to, wish list the stream, or wish.
Yeah.
Great.
It's
Wish
on
list,
Steam?
wish list the stream, guys. But also wish list Below the Stone on Steam. But yeah, I also want to say hi to everyone in chat. I wanted to say hi for a long time, but.
All right, yeah. Well, thanks a lot
Appreciate
for coming on, man. Yeah, the game looks really cool, exciting, and I like how it's a new take on the whole roguelike thing, especially with a graphic style.
Is it
that
new,
I,
though?
and I think a lot of other people.
Because
kind
I'm
of
pretty
around our
sure
age
I've played
resonate with really
roguelikes
well.
that have
Yeah, thank you.
similar mechanics.
Absolutely.
Not
And,
exactly
yeah,
the
again,
same,
guys,
but
if you
similar
wanna add
enough.
Below the Stone to your Steam wish list, go on ahead. And again, I want to say that whenever we're doing these games, make sure that you go on to Discord. If you all want to vote
Days
on
will
the
see.
games that you like the most for this developmental grant money to go to, please go ahead and do that and use the Discord, and you guys can vote whenever you want. But anyway, we'll go back and look at some more games.
Yeah, definitely excited to do that, and I think it's really cool to hear that new take on roguelikes. Maybe you see overworld progression sometimes, but actually taking a risk, trying to push a little bit further. I'm definitely looking forward to checking that game out, but we have one more game left in the category. It's from Bedtime Digital Games. Let's take a look at Figment 2, Creed Valley.
Figment 2 Creed Valley. I would go with a new name.
What?
The chemtrails will kill us. Climate change won't affect me. I can still drive 'cause it's only my 5th beer.
This isn't going to help anyone.
Tigers make the greatest pets. Video games can't be musicals. Hey, problems should be repressed. A silent fight is a wasted opportunity.
Okay, enough already.
Nobody knows all the trouble we see, but we're all firm beliefs, and someday we will be set free.
Actually, don't mind this. The music alone is fucking cool.
You can add that to your Steam wish list right now, but let's talk about all the games that we actually saw in this category. I'm going to throw it up to the second best gamer in
Yeah, I
OTK,
kind of liked it.
NMP
I was like, yeah,
LOL.
fuck it. Let's play this.
Okay, Rich, excuse me. If I'm not the first best, then who's the first best? Sorry, we're getting distracted here. Clearly, I'm the best gamer. We just saw a whole bunch of awesome adventure games. Ardo, Biogun, Below the Stone, Figment 2. I loved them all. Chance, what was your favorite?
That's not how we're supposed to do it.
We can.
Okay. Well, out of all of those, I was going to say Ardo, was my favorite
Yeah,
initially.
perfect. Let's do
because
it.
I like the hack and slash, the colors being splashed around as you're kind of running through. You can see that it's like it's white and bland, but as your character moves on, it kind of unloads all those beautiful colors. But not also the combat looks fluid. It looks good. It looks like a really solid hack and slash, along with just looking gorgeous. But I'm a little torn because, you know, after hearing the dev with Below the Stone, that looks really good. You know, I like gear. Gear is so satisfying to receive. I don't know, maybe Ardo has it too, but I'm torn. You know, all the games look really good.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, I'd go with Ardo.
Seer, how'd you feel about Ardo?
So Ardo is absolutely beautiful. I love that it's got a riveting soundtrack as well. I'm somebody that, like, I need to have my headphones on. I want to feel like I'm inside that game. I want my ears being, you know, pounded by good riveting soundtrack.
Hey, yo.
That's
But
a
as
weird
Chance
kink,
said,
but okay.
Below the Stone, you know, you can craft your own gear after hearing the dev. It's like a survival hardcore roguelike.
You don't even know what he was talking about.
I don't think you know what he was. You're chatting, you know. I respect it though. I'm more of a like Creed Valley type of guy.
Yeah.
The
So
soundtrack, it sounds like a bedtime story that you never want to end, you know.
really,
Some cool shit.
so Creed Valley.
To
Figment
board
that was your
most
favorite
of
one?
these
I'd say it's my
games,
favorite because of the
20,
soundtrack. Like the
15 to
soundtrack
$25.
makes you glue your eyes on the screen. Like it makes you want to pay attention to what's going to happen next. So,
It was cute. It was adorable. You know, Figment had some really. We're talking about Figment, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had some really cute music. You see the little scene where he's walking over the piano. It's very music driven.
Crisp
So-
animation, voice acting, and I look forward to winning all of these games as well, Chance.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I
Really
can see
don't
this
even know
game
what-
being
A lot of those are
frustrating
adventure
as
games. You
fuck
can't
as well.
really beat other people.
I mean, Patlin.
I feel like y'all gaming time has passed. Everybody at this table is like 40 plus.
Bro, no, excuse me. Excuse me. I am really good at video games. Okay.
Like,
But no one asked, but my favorite game actually so far of the four is actually Below the Stone. Like Chance and the progression and just being able to, you know, get gear, craft gear. And then, you know, I just learned from the dev interview that, you know, if you die, you lose
all.
it.
You lose it all.
And that to me is really, really, really exciting.
Consequences. It was interesting to see his take on the roguelike, and I'll like to see how that plays out. But another game that did stand out, no one's mentioned, Biogun looks good. You know, it's got that Metroid feel that a lot of people tend to love.
Yeah.
And I look at some of the boss fights, which boss fights, in my opinion, are the most important part of these kind of games, and they look solid. You know, the little bullet hell kind of dodging here and there. The gameplay looks fun. I get some Super Meat Boy vibes, which is a solid platformer, just kind of based on the looks of it. I saw the clip of the doctor injecting the needle, you know, so the theme of it is also awesome. The music is good. Looks like a solid game.
Yeah,
Excited.
this game actually reminds me of an old school game like Mega Man, like back when
y'all was old.
Oh, you know, never mind.
Yeah, I think he's 43 or
He
something.
just proved my point.
So Bruce,
like,
how do you feel about Biogun there, huh?
This guy just
I
giving
like
them
it.
shit
It
for
reminds me
being
of a
old.
computer lab
Lol.
game I used to play in 5th grade.
So about 45 years ago,
No,
yesterday.
I don't want to do quick math. That's kind
Okay.
of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, which game here is more likely to keep you up past 8 p.m.?
Well, okay. God. We're not going to turn this into making fun of me. Okay. I'm 27 years old. Okay. I'm young.
Did you die soon?
Okay. Guys, remember, chat, if you guys want to, you guys can vote for your favorite in Discord. Right now it's OTK Network Discord. Make sure you go in there and vote. Yeah, I think we're ready to get a quick sandwich, go to the bathroom.
Good job, Nick.
And yeah, we'll be right back after these commercials.
Drop the Browns off at the Super Bowl.
You think you can search the house for something that can help us?
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go.
The hell is this?
I don't want to be in here anymore, okay?
Nice.
How do I look?
Hey, big guy, come here. What do I do?
What?
Shotgun, sniper rifle.
This looks like a This looks like a mobile game.
Whoa, it's me! Look out! Are you serious? You were gonna let me get eaten by a zombie? Zombies!
The only way that we're gonna survive out there is if we work together now.
Hey, put your hands where I can see them.
No,
I'm gonna
you
shoot
don't
you.
believe.
What kind of people live
The
here?
fuck is this?
We have to go now. Let's go.
Two headshots!
Now let's kill some zombies.
Join us!
Yep. It is a fucking mobile
We just
game.
got to watch a little peek from one of our sponsors about eating brains, but now we have a whole game category for the glowy brains. It's one of my favorite types of games. It's none other than strategy.
Okay. This is where I'm at. RTS? Really? Can we get some RTS
When
games?
we're actually looking at these strategy games, we have a huge list of very different types of games, so I'm excited to just peel through this category. The first one is unlike anything I've really ever seen before. Asma and I have spent a lot of time talking about this one. It's from Tucana Interactive, and it's called Dwarf Romantic.
Okay. Here we go. Another one of those hexagon designs, it seems. Love the aesthetic already. I've played games like this where you control the hexagons. I think it's called, there's a game called Driftland that has a similar thing, and we were here, I think, as well. Before We Leave, that's the one. Before We Leave is a game like this. Dwarf Romantic. Full release out now. I mean, it looks kind of fun.
That one looks really relaxing to play. I'm very excited to actually check it out. The first time that we watched that trailer with
Masya,
Asma, he actually
not for
turned
me.
to and he
I
went,
love games like that.
Dude, look at that tree, dude. Wow.
Right.
It was cool.
It's a cool
game,
tree.
man.
Yeah.
What can I say?
And you guys, you can play it right now. It's already available on Steam, so you can go ahead and download it. And the next game that we're going to be taking a look at, we have some surprises for this one. They're actually going to have an exclusive going on for everybody watching the Games Expo. But before we take a look at that, let's take a look at the trailer. It's from Phobia, and it's called Destiny's Divide.
A single warrior. A simple spell.
Card game.
One small decision can turn the tide of battle in the war of mortals and gods. Every move matters.
Stand in the face of the storm.
I'm not a fan of card games.
I sentence you to death. Feel the sting of the alive.
I can see how a lot of people would enjoy this, but the card game industry seems so oversaturated and also so top heavy. Like, there's so many massive like at the top, massive card games that just control the market. I don't know why you would do a card game
Destiny's Divide.
as an indie. I think you would
Coming soon.
fucking suffer.
Well, I absolutely love card games. You've probably seen me open packs on just about everybody's stream, but there's something about a card game and actually having the particle effects from a game as well that really gets me excited. And also, I'm excited for the exclusive that you guys will be able to grab. You can visit destinysdivide.com, and if you play at least one game, you are going to be able to grab a skin that is only available for the next 24 hours. And as I'm not sure if you've seen this yet, but it actually kind of looks like you in, I don't know, maybe a month or two from now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, it looks just like you.
Oh my god. Like, wait. The last time I saw this, I thought he had hair.
Yeah, no, maybe the skin is
take
live
that out? Did
updating.
they get rid of it?
It's live updating.
Okay. I swear to God, we saw this picture like 3 days ago. It had hair, and now he's completely bald.
I think the devs are trying to tell you something.
Do you think Asmongold will ever shave his hair?
I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so you can
Destiny's Divide.
Destiny's Divide, guys. Get it today, and you get this great.
You don't think you will?
Skin.
Lots of skin on the top of the head. You can check it out right now. Do not forget to add it to your Steam wish list and head over to the website. That's the only way that you're going to be able to get that exclusive skin, only available for the next 24 hours.
If it keeps getting worse, he will have
the
to.
Games Expo.
Eventually,
but we got a
right?
little bit more to look at inside of the strategy category. This one's coming from Sunspear Games, and it's called Immortal Gates of Pyre.
Okay. There are those among us who can survive the God Star smoldering blood. They are the lords of their time, inedible and immortal. Please tell me this is a normal RTS. Just normal, old school RTS flavor, bro. Almost all RTS games these days is...
Awful fight for Santa. He's got to get back into the protection, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Spend his money on a Citadel.
It's an esport game.
Really good opportunity. Snipes. Four strikes coming down through the whole army.
Fuck, man.
Because now they're all dead. One more in the main, and there's no alloy coming in because there's been Safari in the back of the base.
There's no HP.
Nothing at all.
The Safari.
Oh my god.
The Safari
We're just going to snake it out at the last possible moment.
Oh my god.
It is.
I mean, if it's an actual, like, build a base and stuff, I would absolutely play it. I fucking love games like that. But if it's just PvP, I don't want to play it.
Very excited. I don't think
Kilkerson, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you.
And everything that it did do for esports. So getting to look at a game following in that legacy, very, very inspiring. But we also get to talk to the game director, Coulter, and he is with Asmon right now. Let's hear about the RTS.
Hey, what's going on, Coulter? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It's good to be on stream. What's up, chat?
It's good to have you here. I mean, honestly, it's been a long time since we had an RTS game come out. I mean, I'm sure you remember just as well as I do. There's the new Command & Conquer every single year, a new Age of Empires. Now there's not a whole lot anymore. So what inspired you to make this game?
So we started right when the big dip in RTS being released happened, and it just it basically came down to we absolutely wanted to make a game you could share with your friends. Right, like smashing armies with a friend, seeing stuff blow up in that big spectacle way. That's something we tried to do, but people just kept bouncing off the difficulty curve. I mean, sometimes RTSs are infamous for it, and that's something we set out to solve so that like you could share with your friends or you could have fun in this genre in a way that you haven't been able to do before. So that's really what it was all about, and now we're seeing a renaissance. There are so many RTS games in development, some of them very big titles.
Does it have a campaign?
We are
That's what
working to redefine what RTS means to so many people who have felt excluded from the genre while still delivering that hardcore competitive experience for people who want that.
Well, like whenever you talk about like differentiating yourself from like the other games, and like you're definitely right. Like I think that what is StarCraft? You have to have 180, 200 APM or something like that now. It's insane. It's crazy how high the skill gap gets with these RTS games. So what's different about Immortal versus a lot of these other strategy games? Like, can you get into a little bit of that?
Yeah, so during that time early on in our development, we were really focused on, okay, how can we deliver that depth? We've seen other people attempt to make this genre more accessible, and they'll lose the magic in the process by oversimplifying. And so this was a massive effort to really see, okay, can we do this? Can we get the silver bullet we haven't seen before? And so this was really a community thing. We started as a team of modders. We added industry professionals as we went along, but ultimately we got that hardcore delivering experience with that much more fun, can jump into it. You only need to know 3 buttons to play Immortal and have fun.
Okay.
We let you get to the fun with 3 buttons, which is just completely unlike what's come before.
Yeah, that's definitely a great thing. I think that especially like, I mean, even games like Age of Empires that seem like super simple, they become incredibly complex by how seriously the players make them and everything like that. And I guess I want to ask, like, so for strategy fans, anybody like that, how can they support this project?
So the thing that they can do is tune into our Discord. We're in closed alpha right now. There are keys going out via the streamers that we work with and via our Twitter. So the Discord should be posted in the chat here. So jump in there, check out what's going on. And because we're that community-oriented company, we really want to get your feedback, your first impressions, and if you get a key, your first experiences.
You know, I think that makes a lot of sense, especially since you're a team of modders.
Still want to know if there's a
So
campaign.
you're very used to kind of taking something and then, you know, appreciating that feedback and that iteration. And so that's really great.
I don't like
Thanks a lot for
PvP.
coming on,
I
Carter.
just
really
want to play the
appreciate it. Good
campaign
luck
and
with
have
the
fun
game.
with the campaign.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to see these kinds of games, man. I am. Like, it's been a long time since we've had some strategy games come out, and it's nice to see them.
Yeah, and there's so many different.
The Barry, thanks for the prime sub. Really appreciate that. 4 months in a row.
Thank you, what's starting to happen at least. So yeah, guys, join the Discord if you want to be a fan of Immortal, and we'll go on to the next one.
Yeah,
Sandbox mode against AI is fine as well.
That are going on
I'm good with that as well.
We're going to be taking a look right now at a tower defense. It's called Spirits of the Elements, and it's from Hippo Rider Games.
Alright. I just recently started playing a tower defense called The Last Spell. Also pretty good game. So you can basically force them to go a specific route. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a fucker.
Looking forward to taking more of a look at a tower defense as well to try to see, you know, how many mobs are actually coming out at a time, how the game actually all comes together.
Oh, I think that looks really cool, especially the fact that you can change the lanes. Like, there's not a lot of tower defense games that let you do that unless you go to, like, Warcraft 3 custom games or something like that. So, yeah, I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we have seen a game like that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a deeper look soon. We're going to get to talk about these games, but we have one more inside of this genre, and it's from Tragsoft, and it is called Coromon.
Coromon. Coromon. I really enjoyed the co-op commander thing from AC2. I still have to finish all of StarCraft 2. I only ever finished the base game for StarCraft 2. I never played Wings of Liberty. I did play Heart of the Swarm. So actually, I need to finish... I only have to finish Wings of Liberty, I think. Yeah, this is almost definitely not my type of game, chat. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be playing this. Oh yeah, expect dragons. Yeah, absolutely.
Coromon is now available for download on Steam, so if you want to check it out, you can do just that. But I want to check out all of these games just a little bit more, and lucky for us, Asmon is standing by with Emeru and Tectone to talk about everything that we saw in strategy.
I mean, I'll have to say, I am, to be completely honest, like, I'm really excited for Immortal. Like, I think that game looks really cool, and as somebody who played a lot of StarCraft 2 whenever it first came out, and all RTS games from like the 2000s and the 90s, I am just super hyped about it. But what do you guys think? Amy, what do you think?
I think the game that stands out to me most is Spirits of the Elements. I've always been a big fan of TD games since I was a kid playing Balloons in the computer lab, and I think that's something that separates good TD games from okay ones is visuals and sound effects, and there was a lot going on in that trailer that
It's
was
like
very
badass explosion.
Yeah, like it really draws you in.
Yeah, 100%. Tectone, what do you think?
When I came here, I wanted to see innovation and modernized version of the classics.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw. People have been saying that gaming's been dead for years. Today, I feel like a little bit of life was breathed into the whole gaming sphere.
Well, I think that's one of the best things about going and looking at a lot of these indie games is that people have like these ideas, and it can be small studios. You have games
I don't know.
like
Who
Vampire
said
Survivors,
gaming
right?
is dead?
1 or 2 guys make this game. It's a massive hit. Everybody plays it, and that's really what we try to do with the whole event here. Is we try to put a spotlight on games that we think could be the next one of those. And honestly, I think the tower defense game looks really cool too.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Balloons before, and I got to the expert stages, and I got my ass beat, I'm going to be honest. And I stopped playing a game. I got so upset. And so I might try this one out, too, just to see what it's like.
And like gameplay is super important to me, but like, dude, I'm 1 year older than NMP,
Yeah.
and that dude's been having a midlife crisis for about a decade now. So like, I'm not too worried about the gameplay anymore. I want to hear good soundtracks and art style. Ardo,
He's not stopping
oh my
that.
God, looked amazing.
That
As well
thing's
as,
getting
what,
straight
Figment
through.
2 looked
There's no way
the
he's stopping
soundtrack
all of
of,
them.
What, Beneath the Rock?
Yeah.
He
There's
may
been some
actually.
real good shit.
Yeah.
Things look a
I
bit
think
dicey
the sound
there.
and everything like that
At
does
one
really make a big
point.
difference. Is that like, especially like what Emmy you were talking about with like having the graphics and like the
Right.
explosions, just having them be visually appealing. Like this stuff happens, it's on the screen and just pops off. Like
It has
that's
to be
so
satisfying.
important.
Yes,
Yeah.
like the visual appeal of Neo Dash 2, good lord.
Yeah.
It
Oh
looks
my.
beautiful.
I think this is really funny because like you probably sat up here like we're talking about like just a certain amount of games, strategy games, bro. You're bringing up all the games.
Oh yeah,
Like,
dude,
you're
I'm
ready to
getting
talk about
sensory
this, huh?
overloaded. There's been so many bangers, man. I'm sorry.
I understand that. I feel the same way, man. Like I'm very, very excited. Especially as I said, especially the Immortal game, right? Like I see this and it reminds me of like, you know, StarCraft 2. It gives me that same vibe, and I am just so excited to see that.
I would say
Especially, like, I'm
Immortal's
really curious
probably
to
the
know,
one that
like,
I'm
what do they
looking
mean
forward
about,
to
like,
most
making it
as
easier
well.
to do, right? Like what's the micro in this game? How do you have to play it? Like what's it really about? And that's what I'm really curious about as well.
Like this
Yeah,
one
with tower
definitely I
defense
think
too.
is
Like, I have no
my
idea how they're gonna do. What is that? Open lane tower defense?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
favorite one.
I have no idea. Yeah, I haven't played hardly any tower defense games at all, but I've done like I guess a little bit of the Warcraft 3 ones, and then also the Balloons. And as I said, every single time I do it, I just try to make a bunch of the most powerful units, and then whenever that stops working, I usually rage quit the game. So I'm curious to see how far I'll go
You
with
have
this.
to try new strategies.
Yeah, that's the part where it doesn't work because I beat my head on the wall until I break through.
I don't know.
You know, but
What
there's
makes
some
you think
games that
they
just Don't
will?
let me do that. And
Nagus.
I'm excited, especially whenever you have like these more off-the-wall solutions, because I think really what Tectone, you were saying about like gaming being dead,
Yeah.
right? What does that really mean? It means like the ideas that people have had for like let's say 15 years for a game
Yeah.
like tower defense, right? It's something that like for the first time you think to yourself, you know what? Maybe it doesn't actually have to play like that. Maybe we don't need to have like established lanes. Maybe it doesn't need to do this exact thing. Same with Immortal.
Exactly, because like there's a lot of companies that are like afraid to innovate. Like we're like why try something new when you can already do what works? But like I think we've seen a lot of innovation tonight, 100%.
It's why people love indie games. It's why I love indie games
I think I
because
might try I'm probably gonna play that.
indie is
that
where
Helmets
almost
game.
all gaming
I am
innovation
gonna
takes
see what
place.
it's like. Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely. But guys, I want to say again,
Branagas,
is
no,
that
because
just
Immortal
make sure
isn't
that you guys
copyrighted.
vote for the games that you guys enjoy a lot. We're going to have the Discord link again in chat. It's on the OTK Network Discord because, as I said before, $50,000, as well as some PCs, some Razer PCs powered by Intel are going to be provided for you all today, and for these these different studios that win. So anyway, I'm pretty much good. Hey, how do you guys feel about them?
Good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right. Well, Rich, go on ahead. I'm ready.
Yeah, you know, I'm very excited for this next genre. As somebody who's been told that he looks like Luigi his entire life, the next category definitely really does resonate with me. It's time for platformers.
Didn't we already see platformers? Like,
This next one also
feel like
resonates with me as well, because when you actually do look at how the controls work, the legs are going to be even more awkward than my jokes. It's Lockpickle's new game, Robotry.
this just looks like one of those games that's going to be so frustrating to play, though. So, Grand Nagas, the thing is, you can't copyright individual words. So, Blizzard can absolutely copyright Diablo Immortal, right? Trademark it, rather. So, Diablo Immortal is trademarked. So, no other company can call their game Diablo Immortal. And I believe that the game Diablo is also copyrighted. So, Diablo is trademarked. But Immortal itself would be a word in the open domain, so you would struggle to fuck to get that
overcome the movement. Played a
trademark.
lot of QWOP and games like that. So excited to see everything Robotry will bring to the table. You can add it to your Steam wishlist right now, so you can see as soon as it is available. Now, the next game is unlike anything that we've seen yet today. It's from Biscuit Locker, and it's called the Catbox Paradox.
I'm not a fan of fucking platformers. Alright. I would not play this, but anyways. Lunaval, how you doing?
I'm really cheering for that little guy. When you actually do watch
Romans, how you doing, bro?
You think about the Schrödinger paradox and how it's both alive
Romans,
and dead.
I
at
have
the
no
same
idea,
time,
but
much
thanks
like
for the
my
first time
stream
chat, really
earlier.
appreciate
But
it.
For this one,
nothing
we
makes
actually
sense
do
at the
get
moment.
To hear more about the game's development. This is one of the most heartwarming stories that I actually got to hear leading into the Games Expo. Asmon's going to be talking to both of the devs right now. They're named Mr. Ben and Mr. Bobs, and they actually put this game together right around the beginning of COVID as a way to kind of stay in touch. I don't want to say too much about it. I'll let them actually talk about the creation of the game. And you can actually download Catbox Paradox right now. It's available for download on Steam. So if you want to check it out during the Games Expo, you can go
check it
ahead
out,
and
people.
do that before we take even this deeper look at what went into the development process and what the game's all about and what the goal actually was for making this game. Because like I said a little bit earlier, it really is one of those games that going into the Games Expo, we heard the story about the game's development, and that was one of the reasons that we did want to put it into the spotlight and actually get to check it out. We only have 3 games as well in the platformer category, so after we check out this interview, we're going to be jumping into the last one. And we have a few more genres as well. We're going to take a look at some of the genres that we are going to be looking at today as we get ready for that interview. We already, I think, covered about 4 of them. Next up,
dude, Rich is a boss at stalling.
From there, we're going to be taking a look at shooters as well. And I believe after that we're going to be getting into the simulation.
He's buying time because the interview isn't ready.
Check out that category and see everything that Seer has to say about that. But when we do put our attention back on the platformers, we have a lot of surprises in the final game as well. And for the Catbox Paradox, we do have that interview getting ready very shortly here with Asmongold. So I can see Asmongold right now, very excited to get his chance to actually talk about it. Asmon, what did you think about that game?
I thought it was cool, man. Like, I gotta go back and watch the trailer. So the cat goes black and white back and forth. I think that's pretty, like, I've never seen something that does that before.
Fuck you,
And
Fosmo.
I think it's an interesting game. I think that's one of the most, the coolest things
I need to
about
pee.
looking at
I'll
some
be right
of these
back.
games is like taking a completely new idea, a completely new perspective on something and trying something that, especially, I think one aspect of this that's really underplayed is the visual identity of it, because it looks very appealing. It looks like something that you've never really seen something like that before in the same way. Obviously, like the graphics, again, I forgot who it was that mentioned this. It was Bruce talking about games they played in the computer lab in 5th grade. I think I was doing a lot of that back whenever I was about high school at that time. And so, yeah, I love these games. I think they're really cool. And especially whenever they have like a cool little gimmick like that gives you a little bit of like kind of a, back and forth. And the co-op game, jumping around and everything, you like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those games where instantly you're going to see a lot of streamers play it and they're going to freak out. Like, you'll even see the people who, as much as they try, they stream, but they're not necessarily good at games. Like Quinn, I am currently better than him at Diablo. It's not a huge deal. But you know what is a huge deal? How great the Catbox Paradox does look. I just got word that the interview is ready. Asmon, let's actually learn about the game.
All right, yeah, I'm very excited about this. So thank you all very much, Mr. Ben and Mr. Bobs, for joining us. And I'm really kind of curious. I've heard that you all have a pretty interesting story of how you became friends and when you guys started making games together. So how did it all happen?
Hi. We started making games when we were children, back in school, and we made games on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. We programmed them in BASIC, and we released them on tape.
Oh, wow.
So a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then it was a brief hiatus of 30 years, I think, and then we thought we'd have a go again. So we took up Godot during lockdown and tried to make a game. And, kind of prototyped a few ideas, and then it just kind of went on from there, really.
That is crazy. So 30 years y'all went on hiatus, came back, you make this game, it's on the expo and everything. That's a cool story. I like that a lot. What's the game about? Is like the cat, like it changes colors? How's that work?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as you mentioned, it's based on the Schrödinger's cat paradox about a cat being both simultaneously dead or alive, and we've sort of symbolized that with the black and white colors. So during the game, you can switch using the button just to switch between the black cat and the white cat. And as a black cat, you can't touch anything that's white, and as a white cat, you can't touch anything that's black. Although that's quite a simple mechanic overall, we've really had fun trying to see sort of where that idea can take us. And we've hopefully come up with lots and lots of ideas, making a kind of fast-paced and fun little, with lots and lots of variety as well, a little platform game.
I think it looks pretty cool.
Evans,
like,
fuck
I can
you,
see
bro.
it being one of those things where it's like it seems really simple to do, and then whenever you actually start playing the game, you just get your ass beat. And so I'm pretty excited to see that, absolutely. And what really was your goal
Platformers is such a horrible genre, though. I don't care for any of the
Really just have
platformers.
a bit of fun and challenge ourselves and sort of make something like we wanted to make when we were kids and in that kind of era. But obviously